Let's dive deeper into the action as we get the close on both equities and bond markets. Abigail, what are you watching?
Caroline, let's continue the conversation on energy that you all were just having and bring oil into the picture. This is a two-day intraday chart. Yesterday, of course, that huge spike higher on the attack on Saudi oil facility. It's the supply disruption, closing higher by about 12%, the best day since 2009. But what goes up must come down. Today, down about 7%, but net up 7.8%. So huge whipsaws. Some of today's move down on the thought that some of that supply will come on faster than expected. But when we put this into the context of a longer-term chart, we see maybe much ado about nothing. This goes out of the crude crash, and we see that oil, with the exception of a huge move down in 2016 and then a bigger one up in 2018, has roughly been between, let's call it, $40 and $60. So yesterday's move went right above that range, now right back down into that range, suggesting unless there's a huge continued disruption for oil, Taylor, we may just have oil continue on in this range, Taylor.
Well, Abigail, I wanted to take a broad look at the IPO market and really the health of the IPO market and where we stand. One way in which we can do that is an ETF that tracks some of these newly issued IPOs. It is the ticker IPO. On a normalized basis, going back about 6 months relative to the S&P 500, performance has been dismal. You're flat to up maybe 1% relative to the broader market, which is up about 6%. This comes, of course, as all attention is on WeWork and sort of on a discounted cash flow basis. Most analysts are saying the company could be worth about $8 to $10 billion, nowhere near the $47 billion valuation that we thought we could get. And then, of course, a lot of these other IPOs that are backed by SoftBank, like Uber and Slack, they're off anywhere from 20 to 30% from their IPOs. So, again, a lot of attention here on the IPO market, the health of that market, and sort of what that means for the sector going forward. Brenita?
Taylor, I'm going to round it out here with gold. Now, it's extending gains from yesterday. It's a little bit of fear in the mix coming back from that Saudi Arabian strike on Saudi Arabian oil, rather. But this is really more of a Federal Reserve story. Investors are also positioning for the Fed's key rate decision that'll happen tomorrow. And they're widely expected to cut rates by 25 basis points. And as we know, the press conference from the Fed, in which it will announce that decision possibly, will be at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.